It is really an honor and privilege for me to stand here today on this 8th annual conference on social entrepreneurship. When I was thinking about the title or the theme, social economy, building a sustainable, inclusive future for Africa, I think this is a really timely theme, taking into account that we are really at a moment of profound reckoning as a continent. And if you think about it, the systems that we have relied on have too often, or rather too often, continue to perpetuate exclusion, inequality, and economic marginalization. When you think of the dominant capitalist models, while they are driving growth, I think we have too often left behind. They often to leave behind our vulnerable communities, and for that the matter, I think it's really important, critical in this conference that we have thinkers, we have innovators, change makers, dreamers like me, because I really dream of a better Africa, better future. And to really start thinking, what do we need to do to make things change for not just for ourselves, but for the generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, social entrepreneurship is no longer just a concept. And even as I was thinking about it, I stand here as a daughter of a social entrepreneur. My father had a retail shop in the village where I grew up. And I can just imagine how he managed that business. Because to be honest, I don't think he ever got any profit out of it. What happened was we in fact, our village, we didn't even have proper roads. So when he trained, we had to carry sugar, maize, beans on our head to take to the small shop that was in that village. But again, the most interesting thing, that shop, we had all the other people coming from our village taking the commodities on debt. And at the end of every year, my dad would make us sit down and go through all the books and decide we were writing off debts for quite a number of people. But up to date, I do not know how he managed to run that social enterprise. And I'm encouraging Tangaza to continue documenting stories like those ones, because I've documented my father's story and it's being taught at Wits University as a case study. And just to give, to encourage those who are in the social enterprise at the moment. And so for really, I mean, even if we think about the urgent challenges that we have, like youth unemployment, and personally, I've invested a lot of my life because I believe in young people. And we think about how is it that we can continually help fill these gaps, whether it's climate change, access to healthcare, food insecurity, gender-based exclusion. I think that there are really many pioneering models that we can always learn from, and models of community resilience, models of inclusive development, models that are rooted in lived realities of our people. Sometimes when you think of social entrepreneurship, we think as a very foreign concept. But I think we have social enterprises that are driven by values of solidarity, equity, and sustainability. And at the Ford Foundation, we understand the real social change does not happen in isolation. And it demands actually bold philanthropy. It demands philanthropy that is true, trust-based, philanthropy that is long-term. Philanthropy that is committed to dismantling systemic barriers. And really our work across East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania has shown that when we support communities to lead, to innovate, and to define their own futures, we unlock possibilities we cannot even imagine. And we are proud to stand with so many of social enterprises, grassroots networks, social enterprise, civic actors, who are building the very foundation of Africa's social economy. We do grants, and we've been supporting grants that work on individuals, ideas, and institutions. And some of the grants have done, or rather have contributed to capacity building, and then through ecosystem level support. And we are committed to continue doing this work. And then again, to think about, or rather to scale what works, to challenge what does not work, because more than often we are afraid to challenge that which does not work, and to create a space for true co-creation. We see this conference, and even at a personal level, as a platform that really builds solidarity and collective learning. And in this case, then I would really want to us to continue thinking of how do we exchange ideas, how do we document those ideas, how then do we develop a shared vision, a vision for Africa that truly works for us. And even if we are, whether we are talking about social finance, climate resilience, youth entrepreneurship, circular economy, or inclusive healthcare, I think this brings into focus the essential building blocks of a just and sustainable continent. So today, I want to leave you with 3 key reflections. One, let us reimagine capital, not just as a tool for profit, but as a means of enabling dignity, as a means of enabling opportunity, as a means of enabling real transformation. And then secondly, let us center community voices, especially the voices of those who are the margins. Let them guide everything we do. They have the solutions. They know their problems, and they know how they can drive that. And then last, let us build alliances that go beyond sectors, because the problems we face are interconnected. And so our solutions must too be interconnected. Let me conclude by saying Africa's future is not something we want to wait for. It is something we co-create right now and right here. And I want to thank Tangaza University and our course secretariat for bringing us together into this powerful space. I'm eager to learn, continue to collaborate, and dream alongside you over the next few days. Later, asanteni sana, and let's continue connecting and finding out what is working and what is not happening. What is happening. I really thank all other speakers who have spoken before me, and I want to say that together we are able to change lives. Asanteni sana.